Hey all, and welcome back to the channel. Daisy and I are up at Windrock Park with the goat from SylvanSport, and this time we have a special treat. What do we got, Daisy?
The house.
The house.
It's a gazebo.
SylvanSport GoZeebo is going to turn our campsite into a compound. Let's check it out. All right, guys, so Daisy is pulling it out of its little package, and the package, the carry weight is about 40-ish pounds. Now, what's really awesome about this GoZeebo is it pairs beautifully with the goat, and it has a breezeway and everything. So we can't wait to show you how this is all gonna come together. We're at Windrock Park this weekend doing some off-roading with the Outlaw Off-Road event for Heroes Off-Road, which is a 501(c)(3) to benefit our veterans. So hoorah for Outlaw Off-Road for inviting us to come along on this ride. Now, unfortunately, Hurricane Francine is making her way up through the middle of the states, and it's a good possibility we're gonna get a ton of rain. So we asked SylvanSport if they would allow us to take the GoZeebo along on this trip so that we can build a compound and have shelter for us and anybody else that needs to stay dry. So we're gonna break it down and get it set up and then give you all the cool nuances about it. All right, to start to put this up, we have 4 bundles of orange poles and we have 2 black poles. So the black poles are going to go corner to corner, and then the orange poles are going to make up each side. So Daisy and I are going to run the black poles first to make the crossover, the firm foundation, stability, whatever you want to call it. All right. Now, Sylvan makes it really easy to put this together. The holes for the black poles are gray, and then the holes for the orange poles, well, they're orange. So it's kind of dummy proof as far as how to set this up. Now, let me bring your attention to the center of this orange pole. As you can see, there's a little red dangly thing right here in the center. So on the tent itself, on the GoZeebo, the orange sleeve there has a split in the center, and so you want to make sure that this red little dangly thing goes into the center of that split in the fabric. All right, so I moved you in just a little bit closer so that you can see these little black pegs. Now what happened are these red pegs. Now the black poles go into these red pegs.
Because once it's up there, we can't.
All right, so you put the little black pole over the little red dangly thing. And so we'll do that on both sides. Okay, so the next piece is you put the orange poles inside these little grommets. And they say the best way to do this is to step on the edge and then to bend one of the grommets up. So you do that. I'll pick this guy up. Now they do say to lift up on the black poles just slightly, so it may take 2 people to put this up, just so you can get the orange poles started into the grommets. And just like that, y'all, it's up. Now I'm gonna show you a couple of the other little nuances to kind of make it real taut and to make it sturdy so it can last through the storm. All right, y'all, so we made a big mistake. However, SylvanSport has made it super easy to fix it. So we have a footprint for this gazebo, and since we're expecting so much rain, we wanna protect the floor a little bit better. The tent itself, the gazebo itself, is waterproof and it's sealed, and so is the floor. However, as we all know, if we're sitting in standing water, the footprint will just help to waterproof that a little bit easier. Thankfully, we have not staked the gazebo down yet, but that's okay because this thing is so easy to move. So let's move it. Let's just move this whole way.
Well, I thought if one of us held it up, we could pull it under there.
And just like that, we've got the footprint laid back underneath it. As Daisy said, crisis averted. All right, now that we finally have the gazebo in place where we want it, we're going to stake it down. So we're gonna put the guy lines out. The guy lines are up in these nice little pockets. Let me zoom in right quick. So they are nice and tucked away, and they're not messy, and you always have them whenever you need them. So they're knotted up in those little pockets. Telling you, man, SylvanSport thinks of everything. And then what's gonna happen is you use 2 guy lines to 1 stake so that we can pull those corners in nice and tight. So they have these, the guy lines, they work really cool. They have these triangle looking things that the guy lines run through, and then these teeth. So once you adjust the line the way that you need to, there's nothing to really think about it, and then you just pull it in, and then it latches into those teeth right there. So it makes it very, very easy. I know guy lines can be somewhat challenging for some people, but then all you gotta do is just slide it straight up and pull it into those teeth, and it's not going anywhere. Now they tell us that this is going to stand up to Hurricane Francine as it comes through this weekend. Will it? I don't know. I guess we'll see. All right, so now we have the gazebo set up and it's connected to the goat. Daisy, what'd you think about setup?
It actually wasn't that bad, and it was a little daunting when we stopped by and picked everything up. I thought, woo, there's a lot of moving parts as someone who sleeps at the top of the truck every time. But once we got started, it really wasn't that big a deal. We kind of just moved together and zoomed right through it. Yeah. I mean, you've seen.
Yeah, so it's actually not that challenging
we're vertically challenged.
We are vertically challenged. And once we realized it was kind of scary at first because we thought that we were going to have to move everything, but it was so easy to move.
Yeah.
So once you get the poles in it, you can just move it around wherever you want to move
it.
It's
massive. So you might think it's hard to deal with, right? You can take a little 2-person tent and scoot it around all by yourself. This is actually not a whole lot different, and it's 3 times the size.
All right, so let's get our weekend started, and we'll give you some more information about the gazebo as we live in it this weekend.
It's the house.
It's the house. It's the big house. Through the awning, you go into what we call the big house. And the big house is the GoZeebo. And what's really awesome about this is it has 4 walls, and all 4 of those walls can be zipped down or halfway zipped up so that you can keep the bugs out and you can have a screen and you can hang out in here in case it rains or anything of that nature. So that's really, really cool. We also have the Dine-O-Max kitchen set up from SylvanSport, and it gives us cabinet space, paper towel holder. It also gives us a place to wash our dishes. This is just a bin for that. Plenty of countertop space for Daisy and I both to set up our stoves. This is a bamboo countertop, so you can use it as a cutting board. Lots of storage space to put spices and silverware and pots and pans, just whatever you want for your full kitchen setup. And then over at the end is a place to hang a trash bag. So this has been great for us to set up our base camp. The other cool thing we have in all 4 corners are these Waylights, and these Waylights, you can turn them on and you will have just a spotlight there at the bottom, or you can click it and it will have a glow light. And these are actually like walking sticks. Let's see if you can get that. They work like walking sticks, so if you wanted them to take on hikes and things of that nature, you could do that as well. But they work beautifully at nighttime to light up this whole space. The other great thing about the gazebo is that it is waterproof, and you do not need a rainfly. You do not need a second rainfly to protect it because of the waterproofing material. And then there is a vent up top, and that lets out hot air. So our base camp has just been the absolute bomb since we've been here. So very, very cool. All right, that's a wrap for the weekend, and we are getting ready to pack up the gazebo, i.e. the big house, from our compound this weekend. Daisy, what'd you think about the gazebo?
Dude, I like this. This is really cool. It's fully waterproof, which is impressive. There was several times where we had some serious fear of rain, but we were just chilling in here, watching everyone else scramble, so it was really nice. And I really like the airflow because I tend to get hot, and once I'm hot, I'm irritable and grumpy. So being able to open literally any one or multiple of the 4 walls, I think that's a huge selling point for me.
Absolutely. When we came back one day from camp, it was kind of early, so the sun was... So it was really nice to be able to set up under the gazebo and have plenty of shade. And as Daisy said, that airflow pulling through back and forth through there made it a nice comfy spot. And we didn't get any rain, but had we had rain, then this would have been wonderful. It was very easy for her and I to set up. It was very easy for us to stake down. So even us shorties, as females, we were able to get it set up nicely for camp. Thanks so much for watching. If you watched this video to completion, be sure to give us a thumbs up to let us know that you were here. Also, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think about this GoZeebo from SylvanSport. And if you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more adventures from Down South Adventures. Thanks so much for watching.